On the 13th of April, we left Shimoni heading for Pemba Island so we could clear in through immigration and customs at Vete. We left at 6 in the morning in order to get some distance between us before the wind started picking up. The sail was a 48.7 nautical mile sail. If you look at this picture, you'll see two lines coming off from the boat. The first line is our heading line and the second line is our course over ground. And the wider this is, the more you're fighting against the current. When we see bad weather, we turn on the radar because the radar actually allows us to see the storms and the direction that the storms are moving in. We arrived at Vete just after 1 o'clock, and the check-in formalities in terms of passports and customs was very efficient and very quick. Once checked in, we headed down to Funzi Island for the evening. When we went ashore at Funzi Island, we saw that it had been a temporary fishing village on the corner of the island, and there were piles of shells. Just the empty shells. Obviously the fishermen had eaten out the animals out of the shells. We did some exploring along the island in the dinghy, all the way along the side of the island to see some caves and the growth into the water from the mainland. We had a very pleasant evening at the Funzi Island anchorage with protection from the wind. In the morning after breakfast, we started making our way to the bottom of Pemba Island to spend the evening there. We thought that we would need to spend at least an extra day at the bottom of Pemba Island before crossing to Zanzibar, but what we found in the morning after breakfast was that the wind had changed according to predictions and it was favorable for us to leave immediately, so we left, heading for Zanzibar. It was a 37.1 nautical mile sail to Nungwe, the top of Zanzibar, and the wind varied during this trip. The current was quite strong during this trip, as you can see from the diagram once again, and it was estimated to be a 2 to 3 knot current against us. As we had been in Nungwe last year, December, we knew what to expect, so once the anchor was down, we settled in and started enjoying the life of northern Zanzibar. There are many nice restaurants in Nungwe, and there's also some supermarkets where you can buy all your needed provisions for the boat. There's nothing as nice on a rainy day as putting some old Clint Eastwood movies up on this big screen.
Go. Okay, wait. Let's go now. Okay, in you go. In you go. Come some rain.
It can be a challenge with a dinghy full of groceries to try and get through the shore break without waves breaking over the bow of the dinghy onto the groceries. Sadly, during our time at Nungwe, we saw quite a number of pufferfish dead on the beach. Not sure what caused their death. When we see a storm approaching, we turn on the radar so we can see how dense the storm is going to be and how much water we're going to get during the storm. Some afternoons I would go sailing with Nazor on his Leopard 39 that is based here in Nungwe. One morning we were woken up by the fishermen, and it seems that during the night they had put out a net, and as our boat had moved, it had wrapped the anchor chain around their net. None of them could swim, so they asked me if I could get in the water and help get the net off the boat so that they didn't lose the net, as these nets are very expensive and they don't have a lot of money to replace them if they get damaged. Once I'd got the net untangled from the anchor chain, I put the dinghy in the water and loaded the two of them from their fishing boat onto the dinghy so we could pull the dinghy and the net into a safe area and get it onto their boat. On the 6th of May, we left Nungwe heading for Stonetown. This was a 36 nautical mile sail which took us the day. We arrived before sunset at Stonetown, and the main reason for leaving was to be able to get into town to go into the marina where we had booked a place for a month so I could do a COVID test and fly out to South Africa for a week.
I've been sitting here and counting all the waves, but I gotta say I lost count long ago. The mesmerizing ocean has the strangest effect on me. I have been walking up and down this lonely shore.
The Azam Marina in Stonetown is the only marina in the east coast of Africa, and it is the safest place to leave a boat for any length of time.
When I'm alone with you, we are free and like the wind. Together we can sail away to the end of the world. On the horizon I can see the silhouette of a boat coming closer, with the sunset in the background. Oh, so beautiful. When I'm alone with you, we are free like the wind. Together we can sail away to the end of the world. And when the warming sun has gone, all I hear is waves crashing in. I close my eyes and start to dream, and in my dream I dive into you. When the morning comes to me again, I put my feet into the water, then I feel the current pulling me out to sea again. And I will try to save you, but my love can't save you all. Yes, I will try to save you, but my love can't save you all.
We broke down in Arizona, lying down in the road. We've been chasing this dream, fighting hard to be seen, far away from home. Lost some love in Barcelona, could've left us bitter and cold. Nothing but each other, lifting up his brother, round the world we go. And the people come in droves, and my heart is wide open, just to hear this old fool sing about drinking and things and life on the road. I'm still coming home with my arms wide open. My baby will cry when I look her in the eyes and tell her she's not alone. Made some friends in Minnesota, sleeping out in the rain. We could have been in danger without the kindness of strangers. We remember their names. I know you're back in California. I long to feel your touch. one day be a father to a son or a daughter. I'm not asking for much. And the people come in droves, and my heart is wide open just to hear this old fool sing.
I had a booking in town on the 9th of May to go to the COVID center and have a COVID test, the dreaded COVID test, in order for me to be able to fly out on the 11th of May.
My baby will cry when I look her in the eye and tell her she's not alone.
So on the 11th of May in the late afternoon, I boarded a plane from Zanzibar across to Nairobi airport, and then from Nairobi to Johannesburg, and then another plane all the way to Cape Town. I must say it was really strange flying in these COVID times.
Nothing's gonna slow us down. It's just a bump in the road.
One can't visit Cape Town without visiting the local boat shops and picking up some spares.
Arms wide open. My baby will cry when I look her.
On the 14th of May, Kelly, Benedict and myself jumped into a car and we left Cape Town heading for Port Elizabeth.
Girl, you know you can find me. If they try to tell you it's easy, boy, you know they'd be lying.
We stopped in the wilderness for a nice lunch before we continued our journey, arriving in Port Elizabeth at sunset.
Road to us now. I'm still coming home.
So Saturday night, the 14th of May, we all got together and had a surprise 90th birthday party for my dad. He did not know there was going to be a party, so he was quite shocked to arrive and find everybody there. I spent Monday with my dad before flying back to Joburg to catch the flight to Zanzibar on Tuesday. On Tuesday, the 18th of May, I flew back to Zanzibar to Maya and Jackie and the boat, and we started doing some work on the boat to get everything ready to carry on sailing. If you like this video, please click the like button and subscribe to see further episodes.